I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that at all. This is my second time at an open mic. Second time. Woo! Second time. Unfortunately for you all, this is my second time on an open mic. I've been meal prepping lately. Meal prepping's pretty sick. Do you meal prep? You meal prep.
No, he cooks.
You guys are pointing at each other. This is confusing.
Yeah,
I can see why this marriage is pretty intense.
I get that.
Awesome, cool. So I've been meal prepping. I've been meal prepping Hamburger Helper. Hamburger helped me out of poverty. How about that? How about we do that?
Yeah.
How about we do that? How about we get me out of being poor? I like to eat late at night sometimes so I can induce dreaming. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that out. It's almost like a psychedelic, except for, again, I'm poor. So that is my psychedelic. And so sometimes it's like food dependent, right? Like, so I had a hot dog the other night. And I was like, oh my gosh, this dream's so crazy. I'm at Wrigley Field watching a baseball game, man, hot dog. And the next night, I'm like, ooh, pizza. We're going to Italy. Look, it's the Leaning Tower. And then the following night, I had some pho. And the trees started speaking Vietnamese. And I had an M16 strapped across my chest. And I was like, Uncle, I don't think we're going to make it out of here. Those are some pretty interesting meals that you can have if you want to have a good time before bed. I don't know if you could tell by kind of how I was talking about eating and having experiences in Vietnam, but I was in the Army as I was introduced by one of all the noises that people in the military make. I was in the Army. I went to Afghanistan one time. Super cool. It's kind of like summer camp. I went to Afghanistan, that was one thing, and then I came back home and I was like, holy shit, everything's confusing. But while I was in the Army, I met a brony. Who's familiar with the term baroni? I got one nod, two nods, going once, going twice. So I met a brony, right? And so he likes to hang out at the guard desk inside the barracks. And I'm hanging out with him, like, oh, Jackson, dude, you're so cool. I totally just put his name out there. Do not look him up, please. Jackson, dude, what's up, man? Like, you're cool. And he's like, hello, Shelton. He was homeschooled from Baltimore. Decent guy, really weird. I was like, Jackson, dude, like, what's up, man? How you doing? He's like, hello, Shelton. I heard you're leaving the unit soon. Would you like to see my pony? I didn't know we were allowed ponies in the barracks. He said, yes, you can come see my pony. Follow me. I said, all right, Jackson. So I'm following Jackson, possibly to a murder scene. I have no idea what's about to happen. And I just kind of like, this fucking young ass me. He's like, oh, dude, we're going to go see a fucking pony, dude. Let's go. And I turn around, and there's 14 people behind me who are just as interested to see this pony because it's a myth. It's a mythological creature within somebody's barracks. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm right behind you, Jackson. Let's go see this fucking pony. So we're walking. I get to his room. He opens his door. I follow him into his door. Probably a big mistake. I have no idea. We're about to find out. Step into the room, and he follows me to the door to close the door behind us from the mob of other soldiers trying to see this pony. I was like, all right. Could go either way. I mean, I'm in it for a fun time, not a long time. So he closes the door behind me, and I'm like, all right, where is this thing? And he goes, it's right there, in my bed. That's Sugar Plum. Sugar Plum. And I shit you not, I look over at his bed, and what do I see in Jackson's bed is a stuffed pony, life-size. Life-size, guys. Like, this thing is absolutely capable of holding a human being. Okay? So I look over at his bed, and in his bed is a little pony. His head's just on the pillow. Just on the pillow. Just kind of like this. Lay back, right? Cute little hooves. The cutest little hooves, guys. Right over the blanket, just like that. I'm like, Jackson, That's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen, dude. Thank you so much for showing me that. Because I needed to get out of his room because he was gonna fucking kill me, guys. Do you understand what a brony is? These people are God's perfect idiots. And I'm so happy that I got to meet one, and I met him later on in life, and that made me really happy too. We actually both ended up going to the same leadership school later on, and it turns out at that leadership school, he decided to bring sugar plum. So sugar plum, technically, according to Army standards, is also eligible to be a sergeant in the U.S. Army because he attended the leadership school, guys. Isn't that great? They let anybody into the Army. It's fine. You look pretty dumb. You could get in there. I don't mean that in a mean way. I'd love for you to be my brother. Absolutely would love for that. This guy's my brother. He eats fucking crayons.
They're delicious. They're delicious.
They are delicious. The red ones taste the best.
Purple. Pink.
Purple? You fucking degenerate. I still love you too. I don't want to hold you guys up too much because I know I was kind of brought up last minute, but this was a really fun experience, you know. I really want to get into comedy. Sometimes my dad calls me God's perfect retard, and I kind of, you know, I try to embrace that when I come out here and have some fun with you guys. So I appreciate you guys giving me the time. Someone always fucking died in my set. My second set ever. That's a 12. That's a win. We're taking a W home tonight, guys. Like, holy shit. Like, oh my god. Let me think here to leave you guys. This is one of my favorite sayings. Be safe. Be smart. And if you can't do one, do the other, all right? Have a good night. Thank you so much.